Whispers in the dark. In a small, forgotten town, the old Willow Creek stood abandoned, its once vibrant paint now peeling under layers of dust. The locals warned against venturing too close, for it was said that the spirits of those who had perished there lingered within its walls. Rumors of whispers that echoed through the empty halls beckoned to a thrill-seeker named Mark, who decided to spend a night inside, eager to capture evidence of the supernatural. As dusk fell, Mark armed himself with a flashlight, a camera, and a sense of bravado. He pushed open the heavy front door, which creaked ominously as it swung wide. Inside, the musty air enveloped him like a shroud. Shadows danced along the walls, and the remnants of furniture lay scattered, shrouded in cloth like ghosts themselves. Determined, Mark made his way to the main hallway. The wooden floorboards groaned under his weight, sending jolts of nervous excitement through him. He started recording, his camera capturing every eerie detail. Faded photographs adorned the walls, depicting the inn's happier past, a stark contrast to the gloom that now surrounded him. As he wandered deeper, he began to hear something faint, a quiet whisper, almost like a soft lullaby. He paused, straining to hear. It was fleeting, like the wind brushing through the trees, but undeniably present. Mark's heart raced as he turned the camera towards the sound, the flashlight beam flickering. "Hello," he called out, his voice echoing through the desolate space. No response. He shook off the shivers creeping up his spine and continued exploring, each step heavier than the last. He soon found himself in the dining room, where a long, dusty table sat, eerily set for a feast, though no one had dined there for years. Mark sensed the oppressive atmosphere thickening around him. The whispers grew louder, more distinct, now sounding like muffled voices engaged in a hushed conversation. Frustrated yet intrigued, he moved closer to the fireplace, hoping to find something that could explain the sounds. Suddenly, the whispers stopped, replaced by an unsettling silence that made the hair on his arms stand on end. It was then that he noticed the old mirror above the mantel. Its surface was tarnished and cloudy, yet Mark could make out the faint silhouette of a figure behind him. Heart pounding, he turned sharply to find nothing there, just the empty room staring back at him. Shaking the sensations off, he looked back at the mirror, but this time the figure was clearer. A woman dressed in an old-fashioned gown appeared, her expression sorrowful, mouth moving as if trying to communicate. Mark staggered back, his breath hitching in his throat. He aimed his camera toward the mirror, recording her image, but no matter how he adjusted the lens, the figure seemed to evade capture. Panicking, he spun around to flee, but the room felt suddenly constricted, the air thick and suffocating. The whispers returned, louder than ever, becoming a cacophony of voices, pleading, weeping, warning. Stay with us," they chorus eerily, echoing in his mind. Desperate, Mark bolted for the door, but as he reached for the handle, it wouldn't budge. It was as if an unseen force held it firmly shut. The whispers swelled into a desperate shouting, reverberating off the walls, filling his senses with impending dread. The woman's silhouette in the mirror now appeared right beside him, her eyes wide and shimmering with unshed tears. "You shouldn't have come here." With a frantic movement, Mark grabbed his camera and pointed it at the mirror one last time. In that instant, he caught a glimpse of dozens of faces reflected behind the woman, lost souls trapped within the inn's grasp. In a burst of adrenaline, he shoved against the door with all his might, and it suddenly swung open, spilling him into the cool night air. He tumbled onto the grass, gasping for breath, heart racing, the whispers fading into the night, but echoing in his ears. Mark glanced back at the inn, now shrouded in darkness. The last thing he saw was the woman's sorrowful gaze framed in the window, her whispers still lingering in the chilling wind, a haunting reminder that some places are best left undisturbed. With trembling hands, he vowed never to return, knowing the Willow Creek and would forever guard its secrets, waiting for the next curious soul drawn by the whispers in the dark.